There we go. We are live. Welcome back. I just muted myself. Welcome back to another episode of the Think Tank. Hopefully, I'm not lagging too bad today. I'm your host, B Rich, and today we have our wonderful member of the cult, Mara. Say what's up.
What's up?
Yeah, so just to reiterate, man, in the think tank, everybody has a different story, everybody has a different vibe, everybody does something a little bit differently, and so we're gonna get a little bit into everybody's mind, and see how we can get creative, and how we can really elevate the creativity of whatever it is that the individuals got going on. And so Mara is a photographer. She is a creative director. She does her stuff, and so we're gonna tap into that a little bit and see how we can elevate it. So great. So tell me, what's in terms of creativity. We've been speaking a little bit about the personal side, how we might have slowed down a little bit in our work, but anything that you do have any updates on, let us know kind of what that's looking like.
Well, I decided to take a break on doing the club photography for like the next 3 months or so.
Okay.
But I think I'm just gonna scrap it overall, really, because being constantly like being in an environment that could be so chaotic and slightly demonic in a sense, I don't think it was too good for my mental health. And like, the people it attracts, it's not the best. And it just wasn't adding more creativity to my life, much less money either, because I realized as like, that mental energy, that when your mental health declines, your creative energy kind of declines as well, and then everything is just sort of kind of being drained at a point.
Yeah.
And so I took the executive decision and decided to take the break, and now I'm more so putting more of my energy into creative pursuits. I've
Absolutely.
done I've been doing a couple like much more photo shoots, like, and I'm not even charging money for it either, which is kind of killing me, but not really. But they're fun. They're
Right.
so much more fun. They're so much more fun. And I have this one that I like that I'm editing now, but I think it can be like the start of something new, truly.
Okay. All right.
hmm
Tell me more. Like
hmm
where what's the scene of it? What's so new about it for you?
Um, it was like the thing that I initially wanted to do when I came into the idea of becoming a photographer.
Okay.
Like, you know how people, not people, but artists, when they're up and coming with their music and stuff like that, I know for a fact a good chunk of like, beside their artistry, it's their image and how they provoke their self-expression, how they express themselves.
Okay.
And I was always, I had like, this intensity to just, you know, help someone. I always liked helping people come into themselves,
Yeah.
and it was something that I did with whether it was like photography or creativity, like everything else inside. It was like I was always the type of person to boost people up, to make sure they felt the most themselves, to like, walk in their shoes and love to walk in their shoes.
Right.
And so with that with that type of energy, like, in my bag, I was just like, why not just bring that out a little bit more? And I recently did another shoot, but a shoot for an up and coming artist, and I kind of I did like a whole interview type thing where like before we even started taking pictures, I did a little interview. I asked him like, what he was trying to like, convey with his pictures. We went to a an area that was more so like his type of that would fit his vibe.
Yeah.
Even like it was all everything was like down to the T. And the thing he was trying to convey was like a grunge type of loneliness, and even the questions that I was asking him within the interview, they were catered to like, to for him to express his himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. I loved it. I
No,
loved it.
that's
It was an
solid.
experience.
Did you record? You
hmm
recorded the interview?
Yes, I did. But
Okay, that's
it
good.
was like it wasn't the best shots, but like I'm definitely gonna like include it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do like a post-op interview as well. Where we're gonna be like I'm thinking somewhere there's like this nice little view on Fort Lauderdale Beach. It's like this parking garage
Okay.
and like they have this cool little green looking area and maybe like when the sun's setting we can like, have like a whole interview spot with like, mics and everything. You
Solid.
know?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got me thinking. Shoot. That's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's really nice. Um,
You like it?
I do like that. I do like that. That's and especially for artists like you were saying as well. That's something that I've kind of
Mm-hmm.
been looking in. You know, for personally myself, one thing that I want to kind of put together is um, like packages for artists and especially for like their which one call it like if they're dropping an album or something like that for a listening party, and I want to kind of put that together. And so getting into
Mm-hmm.
the mind of an artist is kind of like where I'm kind of focused on as well. And so I mean you're there, you're already with them and kind of getting into it and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, but anyway, that's like a side little thing. Um, that's cool. So you feel like you're this is the area that you wanted to be in kind of originally with artists
Yeah.
specifically, or just like taking things out of people. It's not necessarily just recording artists.
I think at first it was definitely just artists, and it still can still be definitely just artists.
Okay,
But I think we could make this others as well.
sure.
You know,
I think no. I think for now,
maybe.
niche down. I would say niche down. Stick with recording artists, especially if you like it and it's fun and entertaining to you.
Hmm.
Stick to that. There's always somebody new, up and coming, trying to do their thing. Something
Hmm.
that me and some other people that I kind of speak with, um, from in general, where I'm picking up on a lot of people is like a lot of scenes are like dying out. There was a scene before, and like now there's no scene, and so definitely like for the recording artist scene, I personally feel like the recording artist scene in Broward and Miami, like in our lifetime, you know what I'm saying, like our generation, we never really got it together. You see what I'm saying? Like in terms of like
Mm.
there's a sound of Broward, or there's a sound of Miami, and like we're like really hitting and staying that sound for years. We haven't, you know what I'm saying? Like Atlanta, right? There's an Atlanta sound. There's an Atlanta feel. There's a Memphis sound and a feel. There's a New York, obviously, sound and feel. For us, I feel like niggas just want to be like, oh yeah, nah, I'm doing something completely different to this man, and da da da. You see what I'm saying? And so, but anyway, with that being said, on the flip side, the positive is like we're kind of putting together, the conglomerate and the platform and the people, so that they can kind of stand on that platform. With, for example, the company that I'm working with, the Better Days Club, they definitely have a heavy hand in that. Um, and so, with that being said, like us having, our partnership, whatever that looks like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that your mind is already in a certain direction that I've been looking that
Mm.
direction as well already. So it's like it's perfect. We could just
Great
really,
minds
really
think alike.
come on now. We could
Great
hit it
minds think
together,
alike.
man. So I like that. Yeah, there's gonna
Absolutely.
be a lot um, for you to tap into, and yeah. So right now you're kind of doing it for free to kind of build that portfolio. You would say.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Definitely.
I got you. I got you. Definitely have to build a portfolio. Definitely have to get those those reels, those pictures, those whatever the case might be, out there. Um,
Yeah.
and then I would say something that we can, um, creatively think. You can let me know if there's any way that I can kind of help you and boost anything that you do have. If you feel like being in the studio would help, then let me know. If you feel like you need some
Mhm.
podcast gear or something like that, let me know. Like whatever those things are, I wanna definitely be able to help you. I'm still kind of gonna I have my ideas as well, and we'll hit those. But
Mhm.
yeah, let me know on your side anything that can kind of come to your mind?
Definitely. Hmm. Hmm.
So much.
Yeah, because it's really like it's a new beginning.
Right.
That's what it's been feeling like for the past couple days now.
Yeah, it's too
Truly.
fresh. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. That's
I've
okay.
been
Yeah, whatever.
purging so much.
Right, right, right. Yeah, no,
Mm.
for sure. Well,
But,
whatever makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it doesn't make sense for me to be necessarily in the specific things that you
hmm
have, but I just want to make
hmm
sure that
hmm
that the offer is always there anytime. That I can be a resource
Yeah.
to you,
I
whatever that
kind
is.
of have like this, I have like this weird thing with like asking for help sometimes. Because I've
Mm,
always been like I wouldn't say a loner, but I don't know. It's
yeah.
like, I don't know. Like I've never really been like, people don't often, they don't just be like, here you go
Here you
to
go.
me.
Yeah.
I've always just like created my own. I've always been the creative that like just creates the whole production,
Right.
the whole thing, shot, done, edited by me, you know?
That makes sense.
So I think definitely in this new season I'll be taking the hand when it's offered. Definitely.
Definitely. Definitely. And that's something that we want to get into, when we get into our accountability group. We're still working on that in the back end, me and my friend. And that's one of the big
hmm
things is we laid out, and I'm looking at it right now. Kind of the bullet points that we kind of put together. We have a few of them, but one of them is resources slash support system, and that's something that again, creatives like you and I, we overlook,
hmm
and we push to the side. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, like I'm finna go do it by
Yeah.
myself. But then a lot of times, like you can actually ask for, help or whatever, however you want to phrase it, and you utilize your support system, to your advantage. And the thing is that a little bit of tip or whatever. It's like if you're bringing value to the table, then that's the best way to actually ask for help rather than like, oh yeah, like I'm low and I'm in need, and every time you hear from me, I'm low and I'm in need. It's not necessarily that, right? It's just like, hey, I'm actually building something, I'm working on something, this is valuable. Do you want to be a part of it? Do you want to be a partner? Do you want to add on? Because you have a little bit of this, I have a little bit of that, and we could kind of, make a little something special. Um, that value is going to add on to the next person. So that's something that I've been having in my mind, these last. It's been years, and the question that I always ask is, how can I provide value to this person? And if you think of that all the time, then I feel like you might feel better asking for help. You might feel less bad asking for help because that same person that you asked for help, when they ask you, oh, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a
hmm
relationship that it's like a ping pong back and forth. Um, and so yeah, I want you to feel that way over here. I want you to feel that way in general. You know what I'm saying? Just you as like somebody I know, my
hmm
friend, somebody I like. Like I want you to, you know, have positive vibes and positive mindsets. But I definitely want you to feel that way, towards me and like with what we have going on. That we can do a little ping pong or whatever. So you just let me
For
know, okay?
sure. hmm
All right, for sure,
hmm
for sure. But yeah, I think that's okay. So how? Let's see. Let's talk a little bit about like some type of accountability. How can I, right? Let's say we meet again next week,
hmm
same time, maybe different time, and I can ask you a question of hey, did you accomplish that thing that you said? What kind of thing would you say that you want to get done in a month, in a week, and whatever the case may be?
2 posts a week.
Two posts a
Two
week.
posts a week.
Okay.
2 posts a week. 2 posts a week. And that's on like the photography page.
Right.
I'm trying to do the same thing for my main page because I know for a fact I have to be building up my own image as well.
Okay.
But on that photography page, I need to put out at least 2 posts a week, whether that be a reel or whether it be some sort of like shoot that I'm doing. But honestly, the main thing is really like the shoots. I want to like I need to I need and want it.
Right.
I need and want it because I know for a fact that the more I create, the more energy is like circulating within like that atmosphere, and it creates itself really.
Yeah.
The goal creates itself. So I know for a fact if I continuously do shoots, edit them out, post them twice a week, something's gonna happen.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So next Tuesday, we're gonna come back and we're gonna see if Mara did her post twice in a week. Fair enough.
Mm, fair enough.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. And then,
Mm,
yeah. Also, like I said, just let me know if anything. I'll let you know when other things are happening. We have on the 14th we have something, and on the 27th we have something. So I'll let you know if you want to come through. Same way, do your
mhm.
thing on those, and I'll
Also, I didn't forget about those photos. I am so sorry about that. I
yeah,
didn't forget about those photos at that day. I never forgot about them. I've just been like dragging along these past few days,
yeah,
and I know for a fact my energy's gonna come back this week.
right,
Definitely, it's gonna come back, and I'm gonna be better than ever,
right,
as
right.
always.
Nah,
So
that's no
there's
problem.
that.
That's no problem. Definitely.
And I got like a lot of good shots from that day.
Did you? Okay. So
Not,
you're happy with some of them?
not surprising, not surprising, but like yeah, I got
Yeah.
a good
Some
couple,
solid ones.
especially with the tooth gem lady. The tooth gem lady, her photos were
Oh yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. All right. Say less.
Mm,
Say less. So nah,
hmm
definitely. So we have some more, collab things to look forward to. Um,
hmm
and yeah, definitely. I'm always trying to kind of put together the best way to really work together. So I'm always thinking about that. So
hmm
if I think of anything, I'll let you know. Propose it to you. See if you like it, don't like it. And yeah,
hmm
what I'm saying. We'll
hmm
just keep going back and forth like that.
hmm
But
What do you know about Seattle?
what do I know about Seattle?
Do you know anything about Seattle? Yeah,
Mm-mm, nothing. Why?
not a
Why you
thing,
ask that?
not a clue, not a clue. Uh, I might be moving soon,
You're
so
trying to move. Why are you
mm,
moving?
because Miami is expensive, and my family, as it is, like they're thinking about. No, they're not thinking. My mom, she's gonna move to Memphis, Tennessee, and she's gonna be moving with like my other side of the family that
Why you don't really want to go?
I'm not. I'm
Damn.
not going. I'm not going. I'm not going.
Dang.
In
Okay.
layman's terms, I am not going.
Right.
But I was looking at flights to Seattle though, like just $100. So, in case you guys ever have like, the important events, I'll fly down, definitely.
What the heck?
Definitely.
Okay. Well, shoot.
No. It's not
Damn.
intentional. If something makes me stay, I'll stay. But mm, things are getting expensive.
Yeah.
My family's already leaving. Already had the idea of kind of not giving up on Florida, but
But
seeing somewhere else,
but who's
experience
in
something new.
but who's in Seattle?
Nobody.
What the heck,
Let me
bro?
stop. Let me stop. I have a cousin. He's stationed in Seattle,
Okay.
but he's like 2 hours away. But he, hey,
What about Houston? You
hey,
ain't got nobody in Houston in Texas?
not really,
Oh
not
dang.
really. I have a friend. She said she wants to move to Houston, Texas, or whatever,
Yeah.
but we don't even know because it's not even sure. Because she lives in Miami.
Yeah.
So hey,
Yeah. I feel like Houston is a nice like secondary to Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cheaper.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? And it still has a lot of culture. A lot of us. Um, and it's
Mm,
like I feel like it's like Atlanta Part Two. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like Atlanta,
absolutely
Atlanta's heavy, but like Houston, like it's a little more chill maybe. But
calm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't know. That was
I
me.
don't
Like
know.
I wanted to move from here, and that was where I was going. I said I'm going to Houston. I'm driving there, and I'm gonna sleep in my car for blah blah blah. Like that was my thing, but yeah, everybody kind of stopped me from doing that. Well, and then then I got different cars, and then I got a studio, and yeah, now I'm locked in for 3 years at least. So um, yeah, we'll
Mm,
see. We'll see how that goes.
makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not like that. But dang, so when is that gonna happen?
I want to say next year.
Okay,
So
like
I'm trying to put my biggest one for these next couple of months or so.
yeah,
Try to
yeah,
like, propagate like a following of some sort, or maybe like a national type of
yeah. System following, like you said.
just make clients, yeah, make a community for the whole United States, and then whatever state I land in, automatically I have connects, clients, the ability to
Right.
make cash flow.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. I like that. I got that makes me think of somebody. I sent. Oh, I mean, from what I showed you. Remember, Smooth, 2K, Smooth Studios.
Orlando?
Yeah, not Orlando. He's in Tampa, one of the T's though. But yes, up north in Florida. Um,
Tallahassee, maybe.
Tallahassee. Yeah, yeah, it might be there. It might be there. But yeah, he has that. He has a little bit of that. He has some people in
Awesome.
Atlanta that rock with him. He has some people down here in Miami that rock with
Mm,
him. Obviously, he has a studio in one of the T's, Tallahassee or Tampa. Um,
mm.
and yeah, what I'm saying? He be traveling. He be traveling, doing little shoots and this and that, or whatever the case may be. So
That's what I wanted to
yeah, you know what I'm
do.
saying? And like it's not like he has like a huge like following, you know what I'm saying? He has a solid following, but like, like it's just
Hmm.
like proof like you don't need a huge following to be able to, travel for specific shoots and this and that, whatever it's just connections, you know what I'm saying? Straight connections. Somebody knows somebody. And next thing you know, yeah, like you said, a little $100 for the flight and a little whatever for the I need that.
It's
I'm gonna
not
pay that on
bad.
top of whatever for the other
Right.
person. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. I just think of that because maybe I could like watch some videos of his, or what I'm saying, even hit him up. I'm sure, and be like, hey, like how did you get some other clients? And I know some other people that um, they do that. I really want to like link you guys up. I want to have an event with them, and I sent you one of their events one time, but they were doing it somewhere else. But I want them to do it in my studio, the same event, the photography event, um, and yeah. But anyway, those are hopes and dreams. I don't want to say too much, and then it never happens or whatever. But yeah, definitely.
Right,
That, like
right,
I said,
right,
I'm,
right.
I'm just kind of speaking out loud of like some thoughts that I have to kind of see if I can get you any resources, advice, tips, whatever, in terms of doing what you're saying you want
Thank
to do.
you.
Definitely. So,
Mm.
like I said, I
So
just
thank
spoke it
you,
out
thank
loud,
you,
so
thank
now my brain will resonate in my brain, and then one day it might be, oh, click, okay, let's connect the dots.
you. Yeah. Sometimes the manifestations they are instant. Hmm.
Exactly.
They come in due time, though. They come in due time.
Right, 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 right.
Hmm.
Definitely. But you were gonna say something?
Yes, there was like this app somebody put me onto. It was called Meetup, and I think I accidentally like deleted it a while ago.
Okay,
But
yeah.
they have like it's like different types of categories of like people who come together and they'll meet up and they'll do, this, that, and that. But
Right.
there was like this photography thing, and they were like, "Yeah, you can do that for photography." And I looked at it, I was like, "Oh shit, there's like really photographers on here. I want to meet up with other photographers and discuss photography terms."
Right.
But I never. Hmm.
That's solid.
I
I
be
like
feeling for
that.
things and then like I'll just break right off. I'm gonna download it back right now. Might as well.
No, yeah, that's definitely a good idea. And then you gotta find a meetup in Seattle. So you finna stay with it? So they're 2 hours away from Seattle.
Hmm.
You say your friend that stays out there?
My cousin, he
Oh, your
lives
cousin,
2 hours away from the main city.
main city.
Hmm. He's stationed out there. I
Yeah,
thought he had a crib, but no.
I don't know. It's a little different. so,
But that's
so,
okay.
so then you couldn't, but you could still stay with him.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think he lives on base.
Right.
On base. I don't think you can.
So I'm confused. So I'm confused. How is that? So where you gonna live?
I'm gonna find a spot. Obviously.
So you don't. So you don't know nobody in Seattle. Basically, you talking about something. Yeah,
No,
somebody,
not
but
really.
2 hours away. That's too far.
Listen, the thing about me. and you will come to know this in due time.
Okay.
But as soon as I put it out there, God makes a
It's
way.
over with.
Okay, it's over with. God love him some me. He
Okay
loves him
then.
some me, and I'm just so thankful.
Yeah.
Like when it came to this photography thing,
Yeah.
I love to tell people this. Listen, I didn't even know what the fuck I was gonna do when I quit my
Right, right, right,
when I quit my job. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Then all of a sudden, photography. I was like, yeah, that was something I wanted to do.
right.
Okay, let's find a camera. Let's find a camera. Found a camera. Boom. All of a sudden, I started doing the club hostings with my friends. Boom. Made money doing that. And I was like, oh shit, why not take it up a notch? Took it up a notch. Boom. Found another job. Boom. Spring break came along. All of a sudden, my boss found me in the middle of a strip club.
Oh wow.
I am so thankful. I am
Yeah.
so thankful. Each level up comes up with even more. You feel me?
Right.
So Seattle is just
That's the place.
cat piss right now. We about to make it dog shit.
Okay. Okay then. Okay. All right. If that's what it is, and that's what it is, I'm with it. I'm right
I'm
next to
with
you,
it.
and we still,
Yeah.
we can still do these meetings, the accountabilities, and in the
Of
groups, and
course.
all of that,
Definitely.
all of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, say that, say
Mm-hmm.
that. Sounds good. Well, any for the live, is there any other questions, comments, concerns, anything you wanted to touch on for the day?
Editing. Editing. I think kind of sort of like when it comes to like learning new things, I'm very fixed on like how I think I should learn them and like what I should learn. And then when I realize that it's harder than I actually think it is, then I kind of get a little sidetracked and it's just like
Mm-hmm.
a whole mental ball. It's like a whole mental game and I have to play it. It's so much.
Of course.
But if you know anybody that's like, you know, teaching other people to edit for free,
That's a good
or
question.
maybe I'm just put it out there. One day I will learn to edit full
Right.
scale, full production. Boom,
Right.
full production, photo and video. Thank you God. Because so far I've been kind of like teaching myself too, and it's not too hard. It
Yeah.
is not too hard actually.
Okay. Okay.
It's really not too hard. I think maybe I just had to like sit on it for a bit because when I first started, I was absolutely terrible,
Yeah.
terrible. I was just Yeah, I was too much in my head about it. And once I got out of it, it was like, okay, so I can actually learn this. Taught
Right.
myself a little one too, but now it's coming into like,
The
the
bigger.
schematics of it, like the categories, doing this, doing this, doing this.
Right.
Now I want to fully learn how to do it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Say less. So I will, do my little. I already have some people in mind. That they look out for me. You see what I'm saying? So, um,
Hmm.
but again, value. I just want to make sure that like they're cool with the whole situation and how it all works out and all that good stuff. But yeah, definitely. So that'll be my homework for this week. And by next week, I'll have you some answers and I'll have you a little something. And
Hmm.
and yeah, I like that. Thanks for asking.
Okay.
Sounds good. Sounds
Is
good.
there anything else?
Nah, that's it. That's it for me.
All right. I
That's
think
good.
that's it for me too.
All right.
I think I'm ready to go eat now.
For sure. For sure. Well, thank you guys so much for
Mhm.
tuning in. My one person, my one follower. I don't know who's if anybody tuned in or not, but thank you, our future selves as well for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next